Good morning and welcome to Unity of Palm Harbor, everybody. By the way, my name is Mara. I'm your platform assistant for today. So today we welcome back Terrence Young with a message and music that always inspire and lift our consciousness to a place of peace, with his theme today, Finding Your Inner Peace. So we each have the opportunity during this service to allow the words and music that we hear, that we experience, to speak specifically to us, to touch the place that we have the need. So Terrence, would you come up and lead us in prayer?
I invite you to join me in this time of contemplation, where we say thank you for this opportunity to be together. Thank you for this opportunity to speak about and understand where our inner peace comes from, knowing that it doesn't come from outside, yet it comes and springs forth from the presence within us. May the words that are spoken today, the songs that are sung today, may they touch someone's lives, touch someone's hearts, and help them feel that presence of peace that dwells within them. In the name and in the nature of all that is, and so it is. Amen. We'll move into meditation. I invite you to join me in this time of meditation, a time where you relax your bodies, relax your mind, and just be here now. Relax your shoulders, relax the muscles around your eyes, maybe even bring a smile to your face. Plant your feet firmly on the ground. And when you're ready, we'll start by concentrating on our breathing with a nice exhale. Just, yeah. Doesn't that feel good? Then I invite you to take a nice deep breath in, filling the lungs with air. And release. Once again, take a nice deep breath in, filling the lungs with air. And release. One last time, take a nice deep breath in, filling the lungs with air. And release it with a sigh. Ooh. Yeah. And as we move into our meditation today, think of a simple phrase. I choose peace right here, right now. I choose peace. Listen to the power in those words. We're not out looking for peace. We are choosing to be the peace we want to see in the world. Right here, right now. When we recognize the power to feel that peace dwells within us, that's when we recognize our true power. When we stop looking outside and start looking inside, that's when we recognize our true power. I choose peace right here, right now. Breathe that energy in. Breathe that knowing in. Imagine, if you will. Imagine if every single day when you open your eyes, you started with that affirmation. I'm going to choose to be peace today. I'm not concerned with what happens during my day. I know I can't control those things, but I'm going to choose to be peace right here, right now. We get that choice every single day, every single moment of now. remind yourself of the power that dwells within you, the power to choose to be in peace, no matter the circumstances on the outside. Imagine how your life would change if you chose that every day. I choose peace right here, right now. Breathe that truth in. Breathe that knowing in. As we move into our silence today, if the mind starts to wander about all the plans you got later on, just slowly bring it back to that understanding, to that truth. I choose peace right here, right now, in the silence. So bring our minds back to this space. Bring our consciousness back to this place. We say, thank you, universe. Thank you, all that is, for knowing that truth. I choose to be in peace right here, right now. We hold those words close to our hearts. We keep our friends and our family in our thoughts. And we keep our leaders all over the world in our thoughts. That they are making the best decisions, the right decisions to keep us all safe and to unite us as one in unity as the human race. So we can all be in peace. And we know if we want to experience that peace, it starts with each and every one of us showing up as that peace right here, right now. And we are grateful for that opportunity today. In the name and in the nature of all that is, and so it is. Amen. Breathe that energy in there. So there was an old man, a little boy, and a donkey. And they were walking on their way to the market. Now, right now, the old man's on the donkey, and the little boy is walking beside him. And they're just walking on their way. And as they're walking, they run into a group of people. And this group of people says, "Oh man, little boy, what are you doing? Oh man, why are you on that donkey? You got that poor little boy walking." So the old man looks at the little boy looks at the old man. He said, "You know what? They're probably right. We don't want to upset these people. Let's change it up." So the old man gets off the donkey and the little boy gets on the donkey. And they're on their way. They're going to the market. And as they go on their way, you know what happens? They run into another group of people. And this group of people says, "Oh man, little boy, what are you doing, little boy? Why are you on that donkey? You got that poor old man walking." So the old man looks at the little boy. The little boy looks at the old man. They say, "You know what? They're probably right. We don't want to upset these people. No. Let's change it up. How about we both get on the donkey? We can't go wrong." So they both get on the donkey. So now you've got the old man on the back, the little boy's on the front, and they're riding on their way to the market. And they go a little bit further down the road, and wouldn't you know it, they run into another group of people. Now this group of people says, "Oh man, little boy, what are you thinking? You've got too much weight on that poor donkey." So now the old man looks at the little boy. Little boy looks at the old man. You say, you know what? They're probably right. We don't want to upset these people. No. Okay, here's what we're going to do. We're going to both get off the donkey. We can't, this has to be it, right? So they both get off the donkey. And on their way, you got the old man on the right, the little boy on the left, and the donkey in the middle. And they're on their way. And as they go, right before they get to the gate, what do you think happens? They run into a group of people. And this group of people says, oh man, little boy, what are you thinking? You've got a perfectly healthy donkey and you're not riding it. You're never going to please everybody. No matter what you do, you're never going to feel like you're in peace if you try to please everybody else, right? Because someone's always got an opinion about what you should be doing, right? So how do we find peace anyway outside of that? We're going to talk about finding peace today. How do you live in peace despite the distractions out there and what everybody else thinks? And there's 3 distinct ways. I'm going to share with you how you get there. First one is this. If you want to be in peace, give more. Give more of your time, your talents, your treasures. When you give more, you'll feel in peace. Second thing is this. You got to know your truth. You got to know the truth of who you are. When you know that, you can be in peace. And the last thing is you got to be able to forgive. You have to be able to forgive. You want to be in peace, you have to be able to forgive and let go, right? So first is give more. I love this quote. Always give without remembering and always receive without forgetting. Always give without remembering. Always receive without forgetting. I don't know about you all, but when I was a kid, I didn't think about giving anything at Christmas or any of those things or birthdays. I just wanted to get something, right? When you're little, that's all you think about. You don't think about giving anything. But then, as we get older, we start to recognize, oh, there's more to this. I remember when my kids got older and I was a parent now, I didn't care about getting anything. I wanted to give, right? Anybody else experience that, right? You just want to give, right? And when you do that, you feel that experience of peace when you're giving and you're not thinking about what you're going to get in return. You're just giving. And I love the second part of this quote as well. Always receive without forgetting, right? Receive without forgetting. I'll show you a great example of that. I was thinking about this as I was preparing this talk. Back during COVID, as a speaker and everybody else, you all experienced this, a lot of services were canceled and all kind of things were going on, right? So as a speaker, a lot of my events got canceled because they just couldn't do it. So I would have a conversation with the reverend or whoever called me, and they say, hey, we can't do it because we're not having service at all. That happened several times. And in one instance, I had a conversation with a community, and she said, we can't do the service. I understood. And then about 3 days later, I get in the mail a check from them. A check for doing the service. And she wrote a note that said, we understand this has nothing to do with you, so we're going to pay you anyway. Clap it up. And the reason I bring it up is because I'll never forget that, right? And I still have a great relationship with this community to this day because of that, right? Now, not only because of that, but because of that, yeah. I'll always remember the generosity that they showed towards me. And I think it's an awesome thing to feel that kind of generosity, right? So always give. And I love this quote here. Only by giving are you able to receive more than what you already have. Only by giving can you receive more than what you already have. I have a great friend who's a part of our drum circle, and he teaches children how to play the drum, and then not only that, he then gifts them a drum, right? It's so cool to see. And so I gave him some maracas so he could give them to the kids, right? And he is so admired in our community because he's giving to the kids. You know, the kids admire him. We admire him. He receives way more back than what he gives because he's just giving of himself. When you're giving of yourself, you feel yourself in a place of peace. Does anyone know what I'm talking about when I say that? When you give, you feel peaceful, you feel good, you feel tranquil. Remember, you're not asking for anything in return. You're just giving, and it brings you to a place of peace. That's why I say give more, and you'll feel more peaceful. I love this. 4 ways that giving brings you peace. First of all, you feel a feeling of love when you give more, right? Right? When you just give, again, it doesn't matter who it's to. You just give more. You feel that feeling of love. Another thing giving does this. It mental and physical health. You actually feel mentally and physically better when you give. Would you agree? I'm serious. You really feel good, right? Second thing, your overall well-being. Just overall, when you give, you feel better. This is why you feel peaceful when you're giving. So give more. It brings you happiness. You ever gave somebody something, not asking for anything in return, and you feel good watching them feel good? Yeah, that's what it's about. And that joy, that happiness, that's what brings us peace. Now, I know that we can't help every single person. You can't give money to every person or food to every person, right? I say this. You can't help everybody, but everybody can help somebody, right? And when you're giving, you're going to bring yourself to a place of more peace. So in your life, I want to challenge you today. Find a way to give more. And if you find a way to give more, I don't know what that looks like for you, but find a way to give more. And when you give more, you're going to find yourself in a place of peace and tranquility in your life. Second thing is this. I love that you got to know your truth. If you want to be in peace, you got to know your truth. I love this quote. Knowing yourself is the beginning of all wisdom. Would you agree? Knowing yourself. You got to know you. Right? You can't worry about what other people think of you. You have to know you. That's so important. I was having a disagreement with my brother. This was years ago now. I remember this because it's stuck in my brain. We were on the phone going at it, and he was calling me all kind of names, just saying all kind of stuff about me that I know is not true. And so it got to a point where he was talking and yelling, and I stopped hearing what he was saying. All I heard was wah, 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 right? Because I said, no matter what he's saying, that's not true about me because I know who I am. So I found a place of peace in the midst of that storm that we were in because I know my truth, right? You got to know your truth. So he can say everything he wants to say, whatever he wants to say, but that don't make it true. And I want you to think about that when people say things about you. That doesn't make it true. You got to know who you are. I used to have a job where my title was resolution specialist. You already know where this is going, right? I got it right before it went to the supervisor before me. I got the call before that. My job is to prevent the call from going to the supervisor, right? Yeah, I love that job. But I had a conversation, many of them, but one sticks in my mind to this day. This lady was on the phone. She was calling me all kinds of names. She was saying stuff about the company that I worked for that I knew could not be true and saying things that I knew didn't happen because I could listen to phone calls previously and know what happened, right? And as she's talking, I can feel myself getting angry. You ever experienced that before? Right? I'm on the phone. I'm at work. I can't do it. I know I can't. I can't argue back with her. That's not going to help. So I'm listening to it. I'm listening. I'm feeling the tension bubbling up. Then I said, okay, you got to bring it back down. You got to bring it back down. You got to slow it down. Calm yourself back down, right? Because you can't let someone else get you upset. So I let her talk. You ever notice this? You cannot argue with yourself. If you ever had somebody arguing, I want you to try this next time someone's yelling or screaming. Just talk very calmly or just stop talking at all and watch. After a while, they'll stop talking. You cannot argue with yourself. It doesn't happen. It doesn't work. So I let her go, and then she finally calmed back down. And then after a couple of days, we had to go back and forth. We resolved her issue. But the key is you have to know your truth, yourself, the peace that dwells within you, so you don't let other people, allow other people to get you upset. I love this quote. It's powerful. Your perception of me is a reflection of you. My reaction to you is an awareness of me. I'm going to say that one again. Your perception of me is a reflection of you. My reaction to you is an awareness of me. The way I react is on me, not on what you did, not on what you said. It's on me. We have to control how we respond. I love this. There's an example. If I have an orange and I squeeze it, what's going to come out of it? Orange juice, right? Why wouldn't apple juice come out of it? No, seriously, why wouldn't apple juice come out of it? Well, it's not an apple, which means that apple juice isn't in it, right? And why wouldn't lemon juice come out of it? Because lemon juice is not in it. Let's see, what would pear juice come out of it? Pear don't even have that much juice, do they? Would pear juice come out of it? No, because pear juice is not in it. What comes out of it is what's in it, orange juice. So ask yourself this question: what happens when somebody squeezes you? When someone upsets you, what comes out of you? It's not them. That's what's inside of you. It's not the person. It's not what they said. They didn't cause you to do anything. It's what's inside of you. So you have to know your truth. And if you are living and dwelling in that peaceful state, then no matter what they say, it won't change what comes out of you. Are you living in that peaceful state? And I know we got some challenges right now. I know it. Believe me, I'm not saying it's easy, right? But you can do it because peace dwells within you. What you see in the outer world is a reflection of what's going on inside of you, right? When you feel at peace, you're going to see peace. I'm not saying that there aren't things going on in the world, but you will see more peace when you feel more peace. But if you see chaos everywhere, it's because chaos is going on inside of you. So know your truth. Bring yourself back to that peace that dwells inside of you, and that's how you'll live in peace. Very powerful to do that. Last thing you got to do, and I love this. If you want to live in peace, forgive more. You got to let it go. You got to be able to just let it go. I love this quote. True forgiveness is when you can say thank you for that experience. Woo! I know, right? Maybe not to them, but you say it, right? Thank you for that experience. That's true forgiveness, though. That's powerful. That's powerful. I was watching a show one time. I don't know how I got to it, but there was a woman and a man, and they were talking about the dangers of drunk driving. And I'm watching it, but not watching it. You ever do that? Like you kind of got something on, you kind of paying attention, kind of not. And I'm hearing the lady say that she lost her son to a drunk driver. And I'm kind of catches my attention. I'm like, wow, she's talking to the kids. I think they were talking to high school kids. And she goes on for a little while. And then as the story goes, I hear the man start talking. And he was talking about how he used to drink and drive. And I kept listening to the story. It caught my attention. And then I found out what the story was. He was the man who killed her son. They're going around together to teach people about the dangers of drinking and driving. Now that is a level of forgiveness that you need to get to, right? Right? If you want to see, and it doesn't make what he did right. I'm saying she had to do that to forgive, to get to herself, to get back to peace. Can you get to that level of forgiveness? That's powerful. I'm not saying that's easy, right? I'm not saying that. What I'm saying is it impressed me so much to see that. It's powerful to see that. And I think, and if you want to get to a place of peace, you want to find a way to get to that kind of forgiveness. We have a beautiful saying that we do in unity circles, which is ho'oponopono. I think some of you know that. Yeah. I'm sorry. Please forgive me. Thank you. I love you. Can you say that with me? I'm sorry. Please forgive me. Thank you. I love you. Yeah. Those 4 statements right there. See, we talk about saying it to others, and it's powerful, right? But guess what? You can say that to yourself too. Don't beat yourself up too. You can say, I'm sorry to myself, right? You can say that. Thank you. I love you. You can say it to yourself too. Get to a place where you forgive yourself and you can forgive others. It's powerful when you do that. There are 4 steps to experience peace through forgiveness. I'm going to share this with you. See forgiveness as a gift to you, not the other person. This is important. I know I'm preaching to the choir when I say this, but it's so important. When you forgive, it's not about the other person. It's about you. It's about letting it go, right? So forgiveness is a gift to you. That's why you want to do it. That's how you bring yourself into to peace. Forgiveness is a gift to you. Second thing is this: acknowledge your part in the situation, whatever it is. I teach about this all the time. Wherever you go, there you are. There is no situation in your life that you're not a part of. So acknowledge your part in the situation, right? Whatever it is, right? Third thing is this: consider the impact it has on you. Both ways. Consider the impact it has on you if you don't forgive. If you don't forgive, that's like holding on to those hot coals, right? Expecting the other person to get burned. No, it's affecting you physically, mentally, emotionally. You're holding on to this grudge. They probably don't forget about it. Why are you holding on to it? Now, think of how it affects you if you do forgive. That affects you physically, mentally, emotionally, in the positive way, right? So you want to find that way to forgive. And lastly, remember that forgiveness is a process. As I was stating it earlier, it doesn't happen overnight. And don't beat yourself up about it if it takes you a year or 2 or 5 or 10, right? It's a process. We work on it. We build this muscle of forgiveness because it's all about bringing ourselves back to peace. That's where we want to be. So learn how to forgive. I love this quote: to forgive is to set a prisoner free and discover that the prisoner was you. Yeah. When you forgive, you set the prisoner free. The prisoner is you. There's a great story about a man from South Africa named Nelson Mandela. He's a great story on forgiveness. He was fighting for apartheid in his country, and he was an activist, and the people in power, because he was just fighting to help his people be free, and they put him in prison for almost 30 years. Almost 30 years he spent behind bars for just fighting for freedom for his people. And when they let him out, they asked him, well, what do you feel about the people who put you here? And he said, I forgive them. I forgive them. Because if I didn't forgive them, I'd still be in a prison cell in my mind, right? In my mind. You have to get to that level of forgiveness because it's in here. You've got to let it go, because if you want to live in peace, you've got to be able to forgive. And if you do that, then you're going to bring yourself to peace. If you want to live in peace, understanding that we're going to have all kinds of things happen in our lives, but if you want to live in peace, then do the things we talked about today. Give more. Give of your time, your talents, your treasures. Not expecting anything in return. Just give more and you'll feel a feeling of peace come through your body. Next, know your truth. Don't let someone else upset you. They can't do that. Not when your truth is peace, and you know that peace begins with you. We talked about that today. It starts with you. They can't change that. And lastly, forgive. Don't hold on. Don't hold on to the grudge or the anger. You've got to let it go, because when you let it go, it positively affects your life. That's how you live in peace. And if you do that and you're vibrating at that frequency of peace, you take that out into the world. That is how we can change our world, with all of us showing up as peace. And that's what we're here to do. My name is T.Y. Thank you for allowing me to share this with you today. Remember, the time is always now. Thank you.